all, and it was a very simple, straightforward process. And one thing I liked about the cart was that things came really well packaged, and that made it easy for me to be able to sort them out and put them together very easily without mixing up anything. So as you can see here, everything came wrapped pretty well, similar parts wrapped together, and then so assembling it was pretty intuitive. I hardly had to look at the manual at all, since it made sense on what I should do, and the steps were there were very few steps in the manual, which I liked also about it. If you've assembled IKEA furniture before, then you will be familiar with these clips. They're pretty standard clips, so there's nothing different about the ones that come with IKEA furniture. So that made it again a familiar process and very easy to do. One thing I did not particularly like about it was that there was this one small spare part that came with it, but it had nothing to do with the cart. So just be aware of that. And screwing on the wheels was also a bit finicky. Not hard, but just because the little spanner they provided was too small in terms of length. The handle of the spanner was too short, so that made it hard to get between gaps. So I used my fingers, as you can see in this video, and then used the spanner at the end of the process. And once I got through the wheels, everything else was just a matter of simply one or two steps, and then putting on the bottom shelf, and then the middle shelf was also not hard to put together. It's basically a process that takes about 27 minutes, and I was doing this at a very relaxed pace without rushing myself, and I didn't have anybody to help me with this. Also, it would have been helpful to have somebody help you, but it's not necessary. It's something you can do on your own, and it doesn't require much effort at all to do. So for the rest of this video, I'm just going to be putting it together, and that's about it. Do I like it? Yes, I do like the cart a lot. It was super easy to put together, and one thing I like about it is it's also easy to dismantle. So if I have to package it and put it away, that process will be very easy to do, and it saves me a lot of time and space if I need to move it to a different location. The only thing I would say I did not particularly like about it is the top, which is made with MDF. I'll mention this again at the end and talk more about MDF, which is a manufactured wood surface. But other than that, easy to put together. The manufacturers say it can carry up to 65 pounds. I didn't sit on it. I should have, just to test it out for this video, but I did not do so. What I did is I did a press test where I put down some weight on it just to feel how sturdy it would be, and it did feel really sturdy when I put down pressure on it. So I'm pretty sure it can take a good deal of weight without it collapsing or buckling. The metal seems very sturdy, which is one thing I love about it, and I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to put a lot of weight on it. And so this is the surface, the MDF surface. This is an artificial surface, and if you know anything about MDF, you know that it's a manufactured wood, and yeah, I'm not too impressed with that. It's a cheap solution, and also the fact that it's manufactured means there's a chemical process involved in it, so the off-gassing might be an issue. I would recommend you leave it outside for at least 24 hours so that it off-gasses before you actually put food items on it. Other than that, it was pretty easy to do. I'm laughing because I left out the little handle with the hooks there, which I will put together off video. With the hooks on, The only thing I don't like about this cart, I must be honest, is the MDF top. So MDF, if you're not familiar with it, is manufactured wood. Basically, it's bits and pieces of wood that are glued together to and compounded to make one solid block. Why I don't like it is because it's got a lot of chemicals in it. So that's my only gripe with this. But otherwise, the the metal is pretty sturdy, and the welding is pretty good. So those don't seem like they're gonna snap off any day soon. So that's about it. This is Victor on the Let Me Explain show, showing you how to put together an Alvorog kitchen cart. Have a good one.